Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry I'm late. Such is the way. Okay, I'm actually not even ready yet. I still was in the middle of doing something, but I thought I would just say hello and come in, putting some things away. We're going to be talking about a little thrift haul. We're going to be doing a bunch of crochet. I'm going to show you my new phone case. Maybe we could pick a sticker to go on it. I know, all very exciting things. Okay, first I have my coffee. Oh yeah, it's that I wanted to show you. I made sumac lemonade. So let me go grab that and I'll be right back. Hello, Toblerone. Leave the cats alone. Leave them alone. Cold brew maker to strain it out this morning, but I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to talk about it, and then we're going to make sumac lemonade, and we're going to find out if it tastes any good. So sumac, where I live, there's a coffee filter in there too, is this red berry thing. It looks like furry. It doesn't look like it's a berry, but it's like a berry that is totally covered in fur. You know how sort of strawberries and raspberries, they have like little hairs coming out of them? Well, think about if that was multiplied by like 500. Do you see? So there's still juice inside those berries, and the outside, those furry bits, are all covered in trichomes, which are covered in something akin to citric acid. I don't know if it's actually citric acid or if it just tastes like it, but because it has that similarity, it dissolves in water and it has a sour flavor, like a sour fruity flavor. So overnight I had this sumac covered in water yesterday. So I harvested this on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. And then it stayed in our house overnight. On Tuesday, during the day at some point, I filled this up with water and I covered it with a container lid. And then I put it in the sun outside. And it sat outside in the sun all day yesterday. And then overnight, I took it inside and put it in the fridge. And then this morning, I poured it through a coffee filter. I did that like 3 times just because I don't want to even risk having any of those little hairs in my sumac lemonade. But after pouring it through a coffee filter 3 times, I'm left with this really beautiful, clear, kind of amber colored liquid. It kind of just looks like tea. And I haven't tasted it. I'm going to taste it. It basically just tastes mildly sour. Fresh and mildly sour. The mildly sour is what we're going for. Maybe I picked them a little early, or maybe I picked them after a rain, and normally they have like a very sour flavor. Anyway, I added a bunch of honey. I think I definitely overdid how much honey I added because I thought it was going to be more sour. But I added a bunch of honey to this jar, and now I'm just going to stir it up until it's all dissolved in. And then we'll put ice in it, and then it'll be a really nice iced sweet drink. It'll be our electrolytes for the day. I guess, is honey gonna work for electrolytes? Doesn't that need to be salt? Whatever. Anyway, yippee, happy hump day, Candace. I woke up with a lovely cold sore right here on my lip. So it's a no makeup day. I didn't even brush my eyebrows up. I didn't even I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even put on moisturizer yet today. I did my hair though, so that's what you get. But anyway, I woke up with a cold sore and I was like, wow, nothing's going on my face then. Super. Love that for me. I was out in the sun for the whole weekend. I was gone Saturday, Sunday, and Monday farm sitting at my parents' farm. And I had so much fun. I picked flowers. I picked an onion. What else did I do? I ate fresh tomato sandwiches. I went out and picked a tomato and then just ate tomato sandwiches. And I was with my sister and my nephew, and he is like almost 3. He turns 3 next month. And we stayed up until 11 p.m. Well, we stayed up until like 10, but he wasn't asleep until like 11 p.m. That is very late for a baby that old. He thought it was the greatest thing in the whole world. He doesn't ever do that. He always goes to sleep at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 7:30, I think is when bedtime routine begins, but he's in bed by like 8 o'clock. Anyway, so 11 o'clock was very late. He was literally like not even a person, and he didn't wake up until the next morning at 9 a.m., which is late for him. He's usually like a 6 a.m. Guy. Did you do s'mores? We did marshmallows. We didn't end up doing s'mores, but my mom left these crinkle brownie cookies. My mom bakes stuff, and she left these cookies, and they're kind of like brownies, but they're in the shape of a cookie. So I put a marshmallow on top of one of those, and it was delicious. But no, we didn't do s'mores per se. We did a lot of hot dogs on the campfire. We did a fire, obviously. We did hot dogs on the fire. The child was not allowed to engage with the fire. He was not allowed to burn sticks. He was not allowed to hold sticks. He was not allowed to add wood to the fire. But it wasn't like you're not allowed to. He just knew the fire is only for grown-ups to interact with. Mommy, can you make me a marshmallow? Auntie Laura, can you make me a hot dog? He was totally fine with that. Like, it wasn't like we had to say, don't touch anything. It was like, the fire is just for adults, and we were well back away from it. He was safe. The point is, he was safe. There were 2 adults fully watching him. But he was so sweet. He was climbing up the apple trees. I was showing him what poison ivy is and what different stuff is, and he doesn't know what the word poison is, so he struggled remembering to call it poison ivy, but like, it was very funny. He was very cute. He didn't touch poison ivy, obviously. We picked blackberries, and when I say we picked blackberries, I mean like we picked a full freezer bag full of blackberries. It was amazing. Alistair helped. I can't say that he picked very many that went into the bag, but he did pick a lot of blackberries, which was really cute to watch. His hands, his face, his whole body were just covered in blackberry staining. I actually did, hold on, where did I put you? There you are, Discord. I did post a bunch of photos from our farm weekend onto our Discord. If you're new and you're not part of our Discord, the links to join all of that stuff are in the description box down below the video. But I took pictures and I will show them to you of what we had going on at the farm this weekend, because it was so much fun. We really did have a lot of fun. Let me just get into Discord. There we are. And then you need to be skinnier and taller. Thank you. All right, so we had a fire. It was wonderful. I didn't get very many mosquito bites, which is great. I think I got 2 or 3, which is fine with me. I can handle 2 or 3. This is how dark it was, and Alistair was still awake. This is earlier in the day. We were thinning out the pear trees. So we picked some pears, and then Alistair throws them at the trees. Look at this guy. Is he not the cutest? Look at him in his red, blue, and yellow outfit. I saw this picture and I was like, I look goofy. It doesn't even matter. That little boy is the cutest thing in the whole world. Look at him. Are you kidding me? Stop. Also, look at how Toby is just hanging out here. It's like a Fisher-Price ad. Look. Great for the whole family. And you know what? That Fisher-Price wagon was actually great for the whole family, because Toby and Alistair got tired walking around, so we just dragged them around in the wagon, and they loved it. Okay, now on to what you're really here for. We are going to crochet, first of all. I'm going to show you what I thrifted, second of all. And third... We're going to crochet. We're going to talk about what I thrifted. But first, we're going to go through the... Love to tune in when you're talking about my guy. Is he not the cutest little guy, though? Seriously. Like, we know what we're doing here. Look at this. Look at this picture. Come on. Jules. Hi, Julia. Also, stop watching my live stream. It's so weird. Embarrassing. People I know shouldn't watch. Here's the sumac lemonade. I'm going to taste test it now. It's lovely. It's a lovely sweet and sour tart drink. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. What you really came here to see. The flowers. Look at how wide this zinnia is, or thick. Look at how fat this zinnia is. I don't even know how you would describe. This is like one of the Oklahoma varieties my mom grew. Here's a normal zinnia. Look at this. Do you see how tight it is and how many layers of petals there are? My mom's zinnias are no joke. She's a very serious grower of flowers. This was a yellow one I really liked. I'm not typically... Okay, fine, I'll go. You don't have to go. You can hang out. It's just awkward because I'm like you already know. Anything I'm going to say, you've already heard. Hair looks fire, though. Thanks, girl. She needs a refresh, but appreciate you. Anyway, here's a yellow zinnia. I'm not typically a yellow flower girly, but I see this flower at my mom's farm last year, and then I see it again this year, and both times it grabs my attention. Maybe I need a yellow zinnia in my garden next year. Here is that Oklahoma zinnia again. I just wanted you to see how like fat they are. And then I took a bunch of pictures of the rows because I try to describe this farm to you guys, but it's hard to describe because it's not like a functional farm, but it's bigger than a hobby farm. Like, it's not like a farm where industrial farming processes happen, but it's not just a backyard garden, but it's bigger than a hobby farm. My parents just did whatever they wanted, and this is what it ended up as. This picture here shows a couple of rows of peppers, and then there's zinnias at the end, and then there's a row of onions beside it. This is what I mean. There's not like a ton. It makes sense when you're walking around it, but like from a perspective of if I was going to harvest to sell the produce, it's not set up that way. This is the Roma tomatoes. I just wanted you to see how my mom doesn't break off branches, and she just puts straw, like crushed straw or chopped straw at the bottom of the tomato plants, and like you can't even see the tomatoes, and there's like hundreds of them, including red ripe ones. You just have to lift a branch, but the plants are like so robust. Oh, this marigold had a... What beetle are you? Are you a Japanese beetle? I think this is a Japanese beetle. It had one of them, but the marigold was so pretty. Another one of those beautiful zinnias. This one is red to orange. My mom doesn't plant zinnia seeds from seed packets. She plants them from saved seeds. So they end up all messed, like all different colors, all different varieties. Good morning, Laura, and everyone in Pets and Plants. Hey, Louisa, good morning. I'm later. That's okay. Welcome, welcome. Here's that zinnia a little bit farther away. Gorgeous. All right, my mom's Lisianthus are no joke also. Look at these Lisianthus. All blooming in the same moment. Look at the flowers on these. Hers, this is her peanut bin. She has this large bin that she grows peanuts in, and she just added 20 Lisianthus to it this year, and they all just were like, okay, we'll just all bloom. Do you see all of these Lisianthus? Look at there, a million of them. Look at all of the flowers that are going to be opening up this week. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. And then this one is strawberries with random walking onions growing in it. These bins, my dad is like very crafty at finding receptacles for things like plant pots. These, I believe, are part of like what used to be a hydroponics system. And my dad got them at some something where you get things, and they're literally perfect for holding plants. They have drainage holes in the bottom, but they're huge. Very cool. Also, just random large patches of basil. Like there's a sunflower, a bunch of zinnias, a huge patch of basil, and then a row of tomatoes. It doesn't like make sense as like a production farm, but it's so beautiful and so like it adds so much whimsy to the row. But you can see there's just a bunch of different basil all going to flower. And then right beside it, a big patch of beautiful zinnias. I would love to see them all blooming, right? Same. She has sunflowers that are already gone to seed. I picked a couple of these heads to give to the birds, and they loved it. Here's what one of the garden beds, when I talk about like the garden beds are like a large pool, this one's like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's bigger than just like an in-ground swimming pool. I would say this is like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and there's a row of onions, 2 or 3 rows of peppers, a big empty walking row, which is pretty cool. I believe there's beans in there though, so I don't think it's actually a walking row. And then there's like tomatoes and flowers, and there's flowers throughout. If you see, there's just like patches of flowers where my mom just adds flowers and stuff. Basil with tomatoes makes perfect sense when making sauce. Totally. And people come to the farm to like pick. Like people come and pick their own stuff at my parents' farm. So it makes sense to have them all together. And then you can see there's the last row before the grass is like cabbages. I don't know if those are like the spring cabbages or if they're the fall cabbages. I didn't investigate, but you can see them. And then look at the tiny little sunflower. Isn't it cute? It's like a low bush variety. Or it just became a low bush variety when my mom started growing it. Some things are like a variety, and then when they grow in my parents' farm, they show up differently because of the way the sun is and the microclimate. I just wanted you to see, isn't this the weirdest small sunflower plant? Covered in blooms. I think this is the teddy bear sunflower. This is just a row of eggplants. All different kinds of eggplant, but it's just a whole row of them. So there's probably 100 eggplant plants. And at the end of the eggplant row, there's another 20 lisianthus. That looks so cool. I think so too. Also, my mom's cleome. So my cleome has one flower stalk that blooms out later in the season with a few branching arms. But what my mom does early in the season, she cuts her cleome down by half, and then for some reason that makes it branch out so spectacularly like this. So you can see there's like a million flower heads on it, but the plant itself is short. So mine is like 12, 13 feet tall. My mom's is like 3 feet tall. Mine has 1 to 5 flower stalks. Hers has 10 to 12 flower stalks. So different style of growing, but same plant. So I'll show you what mine looks like a little bit later because I took photos this morning. Also, purslane is like one of the ground cover weeds where my parents live. So over the weekend, I also made a purslane salad. It was delightful. So this is where my mom has green beans coming up, and the purslane is just covering the top of the soil. There's another green bean right there. But it's the taproot on purslane is like this long, and it's mostly like, it's very easy to remove if you didn't want it there anymore. But it doesn't cause any trouble. It doesn't strangle out any of the plants. All it does is it covers the soil and keeps it moist. And also, if you wanted to eat it, it's delicious. Here's that row from farther behind. So in this area, it looks like it's empty, but it's because there's beans and something else is planted here but hasn't come up yet. All where the dirt is visible, there's plants coming. Also, there's hella zucchinis at my parents' farm right now. Like, there were so many that were too big to even pick or too big to eat. I mean, I would still eat them. They taste the same even when they're large. You just remove the seeds. But there were tons that were like ready to pick. Just lots of different styles of squash. I did end up picking 2 zucchinis and a couple of tomatoes, which was lovely. Moving forward, we've got, here's what some of those zucchini plants looked like. And let me see. The big ones are good for slices that you bread fry. So good. Yeah, I think so. And also what I like to do is I cut them open like as if it's a honeydew or a honeydew or like a cantaloupe, and I scoop out the big seeds if it's a large zucchini, and then I just chop the rest into small pieces, blanch it for like 30 seconds. Then I let it dry on like in a drain in a colander, and then I put it into freezer bags, lay them flat in the freezer, freeze them, and then I just add zucchini to whatever I want to eat with zucchini in the wintertime. I had that last for like 3 months last winter because I just put a bunch of them in our freezer. This is just a really pretty shot of the zinnias. Here's the tomatoes that are indeterminate. So she has determinate tomatoes and indeterminate. Determinate means they don't get tall. They have a finite amount of growth they will do. There is a determined final growth stage, whereas indeterminate keeps growing. It'll just keep growing. So the indeterminate ones need something to climb on because they'll just keep getting taller and taller. And that's what this little section is. I think this is the beefsteaks. Here's another section of peppers. This is like 3 rows of peppers. I believe this is the hot pepper section. So this 3-row length is all hot peppers, all different kinds. And then there's this like empty space. What was here? Oh, that's not empty. Sorry, that's all tomatoes. This is her like wild tomato garden. It like blends into the grass, but it goes grass, wild tomato garden. You can see where the straw is and then the path. But the wild tomato garden is like they just are planted in the ground, and good luck to them. More peppers. Oh, this was just a pretty little site of tomatoes and whatnot, or of sunflowers and whatnot. Okay. And then moving forward, there was this really pretty marigold, just looking large and gorgeous in the hot peppers. And then this area that just had random snapdragons that weren't tall. My mom grew snapdragons, but these ones stayed short and lots of flowers, and then a bunch of marigolds at the end of a row. This is that hot pepper row. I just tried to take more photos that showed how pretty it is. And here's me and Toby. This is the small hot peppers and small tomatoes garden. So this is about the size of like an in-ground pool, this section. I know it's zoomed out, but it's, I don't know, probably like 20 feet by 20 feet is the footprint. And in it, 20 feet by 20 feet sounds about right. And in it there's flowers, but there's also all of the small hot peppers and all of the small tomatoes. And I think this is my mom's personal hot pepper garden, whereas that other one is the one that she lets people pick food from. And you can see behind there's just pear trees, just tons of pear trees. The farm is wild. If you go to this farm ever, it's in Beamsville, which is near Niagara Falls, St. Catharines, that sort of area. If you ever went to this farm, you'd be like, it makes sense when you're walking around, but on paper it makes no sense at all. Like if you drew it out and you look at it from above, you're like, why is this everything like this? But this is like the personal garden. She has like multiple gardens that are like off limits. They're her gardens for pickling and for preserving. And then she has large gardens that are for people to come and pick from. This is one of the personals. This is the cucumbers that are climbing on the chicken run. Doing really nice. These zinnias were so pretty. I think I might grow yellow zinnias next year. They're so sunshiny, beautiful. And then random daisies. I forget what kind they are. African daisies, I think these ones are. Very pretty though. Also, I was just like, look, my tomatoes are the same color as these zinnias. I picked tomatoes in the tiny tomato garden, and they were the same colors as the flowers that were planted right next to them. Okay, so this is the other family plot garden. So I'm standing from this picture in that little garden that is a family hot pepper garden. And then this one here is the family zucchini. There's tomatoes. All of her fig trees are planted in the ground here this year for some reason. They're trying a new thing where the fig trees are in the ground, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not a doctor. The cherry tomato area is lovely. Super fun. I picked a couple of these. I don't like them. I like what they look like a lot. They look so cool. Look at that. Doesn't that look so cool? Ooh, black tomatoes. Do they taste delicious? No. The skins are kind of tough, and they taste kind of like, is bitter the word I'm looking for? They're not bitter. They're sweet. I don't like them. They're not for me. But, you know what is for me? Strawberry blonde marigolds. I actually collected 2 of the dead seed heads from the plant that I'm showing you here. Look at how pink the first flower is. It fades to like a normal marigold color, but look how pretty they are. Aren't they so nice? You see the dead flower head right there? I took that home so I could have the seeds. It's so pretty though. Very acidic. Is that what it is? They're acidic? I don't like them. That's what I know. Also, I took some pictures of the garden right by the house because it is insane. Look at this. My mom's garden, this is like what is up against the house. It's got perennials and annuals interspersed. A lot of echinacea coneflower. You can see there's the yellow echinacea, and then there's the echinacea, or this is not echinacea. There's black-eyed Susans, there's Rudbeckia cappuccino, and then there's purple coneflower echinacea. There's purple petunias, blue salvia, Thai basil, white petunias, and then there's black tomatoes also growing in this patch so that there's like these little black balls when you're looking for them. So pretty. Where's her amaranth? It's not here. Where is her amaranth? I don't know that I have seen her amaranth. We'll have to see if I took any pictures that have amaranth in them. I don't think I actively took a picture of amaranth while I was there. This is another area of her front garden. It has the dark orange Rudbeckia cappuccino. So pretty. Also, beautiful zinnias. Like, really stunning zinnias. Did I? Yes, I did. I was just thinking, did I take my meds today? I did. This is her horseradish garden, surrounded by flowers. This is what her horseradish looks like several years on. Oh, this is her horseradish and rhubarb garden. So in the spring, it's her rhubarb garden. Here's the rhubarb. But the horseradish is like all along this large garden. And I don't know if she's made horseradish from it yet, but it's huge. It's huge. The patch of horseradish it's gorgeous. I wonder if that's what... No. How would I have gotten horseradish? I have a plant that kind of looks like that. Anyway, the garden's gorgeous in this area as well. There's Rudbeckia and zinnias and black-eyed Susans and daisies and sunflowers, and it's just very pretty. And then what angle is this? This is... I think this is the start of the family plot. Oh, right. It just looks like lawn. That's purslane. That's not lawn. Zinnias, calla lilies. Canna lilies? Calla lilies? Gorgeous zinnias. So pretty. The yellow thing here is actually a marigold. It's a giant marigold. Very pretty. Louisa, I don't know horseradish. I don't think I've ever had it. It's like wasabi. When you have wasabi at a sushi restaurant that isn't a fancy sushi restaurant, that's horseradish. Or if you've had, what's that thing with the cabbage? It has horseradish in it. The cabbage thing. Come on, Laura. What's the word for it? It's sauerkraut. If you've had sauerkraut, you've had horseradish. There's horseradish in sauerkraut. There's sometimes horseradish in mustard. And there's horseradish, the flavor of wasabi, when you go to a restaurant that isn't fancy. So you've probably had it. Excuse you. Peekaboo. Pika, you're fine. What, is Rohan not allowed to look at you?
No.
Is he not allowed to look at you? Look at her tail. So curly whirly. Hi, baby. Come here. Okay, sorry. The distraction. Anyway, this is the sweet potato garden. There's basil, there's tomatoes, there's flowers, but there's also a huge amount of sweet potatoes here. And fig trees. Do you see how where I got my gardening from? Cocktail sauce. Oh, true. Shrimp cocktail sauce. I have had Japanese radish the size of my arm. No. That's daikon radish. That's a different thing completely. Horseradish it's literally for spiciness. It's like for spice. It's not a radish that you eat. It's a radish that you use in things. It's you wouldn't have eaten horseradish. I wonder what that would be like. Anyway, you can see where I get my style of gardening from. Just throw everything in the same garden plot. Literally, look, there's marigolds, a fig tree, basil, sweet potatoes, cucumber, another fig tree, a tomato, another fig tree, zucchini, all in just the same spot. Maybe you call it shrimp sauce. Yeah, shrimp cocktail sauce. Another Lisianthus doing the most. Another Lisianthus doing the most. And another Lisianthus doing the most. Also, look at these onions I picked. I was like in this onion row. Also, there's no sense to the gardening. Well, there is. If you know my mom and you know me and you know like the way that you'd think if you're walking around the farm, there is sense to it. But my mom also knows that the gardening is also something that brings her joy. So even though this is the onion area, there's rows of onions all over the place because it's fun to pick onions. So sometimes you want to go in the cabbage garden and find an onion. Like, she plants for fun in places, but look at how beautiful these onions are. Spherical. Look at that onion. I'm cooking with that for dinner tonight. Look at that thing. Look at it. Are you looking? Because what? I was obsessed. So that was really exciting. And that was what I took photos of for you at the farm. Obviously, there was more stuff to see than just that. That was just what I thought would be the most fun for you to look at. Now, give me a moment to put the photos that I took this morning. I would love to try a fresh onion one day. Do you eat them right away? I honestly don't even know if they need to be aged. Some things need to be aged. Okay, I have photos. Please hold. I have a bunch of photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys are going to have to just tolerate me sharing 1,000,000,001 photos because I'm very excited about my garden. Why are you like this? Thank you. Lisianthus is where I left off. My phone just doesn't want me to be happy. That's okay. Lisianthus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Send. Please hold. I took a lot of photos of my garden and I am very pleased about how they came out. So you have to just be nice and look at how nice my garden looks. I also moved stuff around today and yesterday. No, not today. Yesterday I moved a bunch of stuff around. And because I moved it around, it looks even nicer than it did before. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. And I'm going to show them. I need to get out there one day. Wonderful. Thank you. Hubby is in a business trip again. Where'd he go? That must be rough. I mean, like, money is great, right? Like, for sure. But also, like, can you just stay home? We are almost at the point where I have a lot of photos. Okay. We're so close. Please just be positive, or not be positive, be patient. It's worth it. The coleus alone, the photos I took of my coleus alone are worth the wait, I think. I took so many angles so that you could see all of the magic. Okay, there. He will be back tomorrow. And he left today. Flowers in whips. Oh no. I put them in the wrong spot. Sorry. A whole lot of flowers have just been uploaded to the wrong spot. Also, this cold sore is like growing as we speak. I don't appreciate it. Okay, are you ready for this? Because this is about to get legit. Too legit to quit. First of all, let me check that everything has uploaded. I love when the internet is working. Go girl. Anything left? Cool. So just forgive me for putting it into the wrong category. Join our Discord and you can reprimand me for putting it in the wrong category. Okay, are you ready for this? Look at this. Gladiolus. The second one opened. So we have 2 pink, 2 orange, and 1 purple out of a pack that was supposed to have 5 pink. So there's that. Last night I was kind of panicking. I was almost sure I was going to start going to labor when he was out. He better not be. He better be home when you go into labor. Also, this is a moth, hummingbird moth. It's a small one, but that's what that is. This gladiolus, this is 2 separate gladiolus plants. This one you can see has like more ruffles and it's more dark pink. This one has less ruffles and it's closer to white, but it's still very pink. This is an Apricotta Cosmo. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you, I know. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at how pretty this flower is. Rohan, there's no reason for you to be coming in here with that attitude. Yeah, that's what I thought, Toby. Of course. Toby. Here's that gladiolus again. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Do you understand? I grew this in dirt, in a pot, in Hamilton. What business does this have growing in Hamilton? It's way too pretty for Hamilton. No offense, Hamilton. Okay, next, common soapwort. I tossed seeds out for this in March or April. Okay, I do have some. Sorry, I'm going to put some polysporin on my lip. I know, you're so interested in it. And I know I just can't stop talking about it, but it is such a bummer. If you're not a cold sore having girly, lucky you. But I am. And I was out in the sun all weekend, which is basically the same as having a fever for my body, so gets a cold sore as a result. Okay, this is common soapwort. I didn't even know this was growing, and then it opened flowers, and I was like, you can stay. You're cute. Here's an angle of my garden this morning with, like, this is not obviously the whole garden. This is the back wall of shade garden that I have, and then this is zinnias and coleus, and you're gonna see it all, don't worry. But I just wanted you to see like this section because oh my god, look at it. Are you seeing all those sweet alyssum blooms? They're so pretty. Wait till you see all the sweet alyssum. You're going to die. Also, we're in the 35th week, so it should be okay. Just the panic. No. Safety wise, for sure you can have a baby now, but like vibes wise, no thank you. Here's more angles of my beautiful, beautiful sweet alyssum. And you can see I moved a geranium into this garden. Here's the shade garden, looking a little bit messy because there's mess all over the floor because I've been picking off stuff. Also, I brought one of the bird cages out, the travel bird cage. I brought it outside and hosed it down last night, which is why it is sitting outside. But even with the mess, I still think it looks great. This is the coleome. This is my pink cleome in the back, and then the purple cleome is in the front. Alex loves cleome. And now that I know that, I'm going to grow so much more next year. And then on the porch, this is my back porch, I added a planter that has the hummingbird salvia and a coleus, and then I added the other planter that has the wild verbena. By the way, hello everybody. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I see you hanging out here. Click the thumbs up button. Hello. Anyway, I just wanted you to see how tall the Cleome is in comparison to like my mom's Cleome, which is like on the ground. This one is almost at the height of the gazebo, which is like 10 feet tall. There's the same angle again. I just want you to be able to see all of the glory of that garden. Look at how perfect that garden looks. That is exactly what I wanted. Obviously, it doesn't have a lot of flowers going right now, like in the main height section, but that's because the cosmos haven't taken off entirely yet. But like texture-wise, color-wise, amazing. Also, a random purple scabiosa has opened. Welcome. Purple periwinkle. Do you see the coleus behind it? Wait until you see the coleus today. The coleus in the photos I'm going to show you are going to blow your mind. For example, look at this. Look at these. Look at this one. But wait, look at that one. But also look at this one. But then also look at that one. There's so many beautiful coleus. Also a random red nasturtium. Welcome. Black scabiosa. Black night scabiosa. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Beautiful. My Lisianthus. Are you a fly or a Japanese beetle? I didn't even see you on there before. My Lisianthus is taking off now, which is great. Lots of flowers opening. Very pretty. Love the color. Can you tell that I love the color? Love the color. So pretty. Look at them. They're like roses, but with no thorns. And it's a plant, not a bush. It's so interesting. I love them. Look at it. I took a lot of pictures just so you could see how pretty they are. Look at how pretty they are. Delicious. Love the color. Okay, now let's move into our shady area. This is my shade side. So this actually gets a pretty good amount of sunlight, but it doesn't start getting sunlight until like 12 because it's got a fence right behind it and the sunrise is behind it. So it's like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. is when it starts getting sun, and then it gets sun again until it hits until the sun gets hidden behind this tree and garage, which is probably 5. So from 12 till 5 this gets sunlight, but other than that it's in shade. Have a style will be lurking till I nap. Oh, that sucks. But the coleus is amazing. And in this section, I have impatience, I have coleus, I have mint, I have, as you can see, tons of ivy on the wall. And then I have a hanging basket, which has Swiss chard and impatience and petunias and nasturtiums. Doesn't need to make sense. Also for cosmos, I do have some starting to bloom. This is one of the Piketty varieties. So that's anything that's like got an outline essentially. So this is like got the dark pink outline, very pretty. This marigold is the Burning Embers, French marigold. Love this one. It's getting bigger, which makes me happy. I love using that one for flower hammering. This is the Tropical Sunrise. Does that sound right? Tropical Sunrise? I think that's what it is. This is the Tropical Sunrise Morning Glory. This is the one that Candace gave me a couple of years ago that I'm still waiting for it to flower. I'm surprised by this Morning Glory because last year I thought it was just like user error for how long it took to bloom. But this year it's the same thing. It's a very late bloomer, which is fine because there's room for all flowers in my garden, but it's only put out one flower on this whole, look at how many leaves are on this. It's currently climbing up the pole and headed towards like eternity in the sky. And it's only made one flower. But I think it's Sunrise Serenade Morning Glory. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, this will be beautiful when it starts putting out flowers. They're so stunning. They're even on long stems, which is so annoying because Morning Glories do not work as a cut flower. But they're so beautiful, and I can't wait to see them actually bloom again. Also, this is my Amaranth Coral Fountain, Amaranth Love Lies Bleeding, and Amaranth Velvet Curtains. Is Lizzie a perennial? So Lysianthus, I believe it can be overwintered. I think it's considered a tender perennial or a tender biennial. So what my mom did last year for some of hers is she brought them inside and had them like where her geraniums are. She kept them in the same sort of method that she keeps her indoor geraniums, and then brought them outside again, and they lived and put out new flower stalks and were a nice, large, robust plant. However, they would not survive in the ground. They're like way warmer weather. But I just wanted you to see the pretty tassels on this Coral Fountain that are finally starting. And then that Amaranth Love Lies Bleeding too. Also, ladybugs getting it on in my garden. They are always invited to do so. Also, this Cleome is starting to push up, which is meaning we're going to have another pretty color. This one's going to be pink again. This Echinacea is so pretty. The flower is so big and so strong in comparison to my other Echinaceas. Also, I tried to get some photos today of the Sweet Alyssum because it's so pretty and it's so full in my garden. I tried. I did try. I think I got good pictures for you. First of all, look at this purple Sweet Alyssum. Isn't she so pretty? And then this light purple Sweet Alyssum. It looks white in photos, but it's not. It's very light purple. Also, pink Gomphrena. Cute. Look at it. Look at the little yellow flowers inside. So cute. Love this marigold. This year, I know I said I'm not a big yellow flower fan. That does not extend to marigolds. Marigolds, I love them in every shade they come in. This Coleus is stunning, and I just think you need to see it. I think it's important for you to see that. Also, look at this. This, again, orange and yellow are like my least favorite things in the garden. If I'm aiming for a color, I'm always aiming for pink. However close I can come to pink as my like final color is always my goal. However, other colors always come into the garden because certain flowers only come in certain colors, and also certain flowers come in mixes, which always contain orange and yellow. So I'm not going to ever eradicate orange and yellow from my garden. I just always aim for a specific color, and orange and yellow end up finding their way in. This is one where I allowed it because the leaves are variegated, and I'm so in love with variegated nasturtium leaves, the Alaskan variety, that I will tolerate the orange and yellow because I love the leaves so much. It's like I have to justify orange. I think that's what it is. I justify having orange. There was a cat sitting on our car when I was taking the picture of it for my hubby. Some people stopped to take pictures of it as well. That's funny. Pick in Discord. Okay, I'll check it out after I show you how pretty some of my flowers are. Like, look at this. Apricotta Cosmo. Are you kidding me? She's glorious. This is just blue and pretty. Okay, and this area, I made a new shady area in the back of my garden. In the back of one section, I should say. And I moved some white impatiens. I moved a green oxalis, and then I moved a container of coleus. And this is like the vibe. Here's it with me backed up a little bit more. My cosmos are less full, but I still love them. They're beautiful. When they're sad and not very full, or when they're very full, they're still really pretty. Why did you make a noise? Anyway, this is a scabiosa, pink scabiosa. I see a jump up back there. Did you really? Oh, yes. There's a pansy in there. It's not a Johnny jump up. This one's a full-blown pansy. Yarrow, I rotated the yarrow planter, which is a 2-foot by 3-foot Rubbermaid tote. That's what I have my yarrow growing in. And I rotated the planter by 90 degrees to see if I can get more sun to one of the sides. Here's that section from farther away now. So this used to just be, it didn't have the coleus or the geranium, and now there's like this. I keep trying to create little coves. I realized it's like every it's like every single way that you look at the garden, I want it to be like a painting. I want it to feel completely like encapsulated. So this is one angle of the garden, and I want there to be like little sections. Like, so there's the impatiens and the oxalis, the nasturtium, the marigold, the blank space that you see right there where you can see the stairs. I actually moved things over so that that space will get some additional sunlight, because there are 2 zinnias back there that will now be able to fill out. So that section in a couple of weeks should actually be full up to the height of the geranium and covering all of that stair section with some zinnias. I believe they will be Queenie Lime Orange zinnias. But in this section, which is now going to be maintained as a shady section, the coleus, the impatiens, the oxalis, they'll all be really happy in that sort of slightly shaded out section. Oh, I love this angle. Very good view. This is my favorite side of the garden. I am going to show it to you in a bunch of different pictures because it's my favorite side. It has all of the colors look so good together. All of the contrast looks awesome. And the coleus is just spectacular. Also, here is a cleome. Just a pretty, this is a purple cleome. And it's very lovely. Sometimes called a spider flower. Also, right next to that cleome, there is an amaranth that I apparently ripped off all of the leaves because all it has left is a tassel here, and that's fine. I'm just letting it live its life. This is the firecracker vine. It is taking over the trellis that used to house the sweet peas. So the sweet peas are now gone. Sweet pea season is over. We're done with it, which is fine. I survive. I do miss them already, but they're not long for this world. This, though, is the firecracker vine, and the firecracker vine is going to have some really cool flowers on it eventually. For now, it just has some really cool leaves. Here's another angle of that same space. Let's try to get a bigger 0.5 angle. Like, I zoomed out as much as possible, so you can see the different little coves. So there's like 2 coves that I have in this area. Shade garden again. Oh, this is my sister's Monstera deliciosa. It is not dead, which is the main important thing. Also, my Marble Queen Pothos. Look how many leaves are on this thing now. It's just like pumping out leaves all the time, which is super cool. Love that. This is my Bird of Paradise. She is struggle, but she is not give up. Struggle is fine. She has not given up. Okay, back to the house plants. This is the umbrella tree. Umbrella tree. Yes, the next one is the money tree. I get them confused because they both have big, like, leaves that are similar. I just wanted you to see how big it is and how good it's doing. I'm so happy that it didn't die. This fern is also just amazing. I felt so cool about this fern. This is from a forest, and I love it so much. Also underneath, new baby fern leaves opening up, and also beautiful, beautiful hostas. My plant pots. Also, I have begonias that I planted in the spring that are still flowering, so welcome. They look literally sparkly. Do you see that? They look like they're glittery, iridescent. Impatiens filled out pretty well. Oh, look at that freaking Monstera. Looks so good. Also, my mint is just about to flower. Some of it actually is already flowering. I just wanted you to see how cute the little flowers look on mint. So now that it's flowering, I'm going to be cutting from this plant a lot for bouquets because I don't really want it to flower. And now that it's flowering, I'm going to cut the flowers. But they're so cute. Look how little they are. I did get a picture of them open, don't worry. Look at it. Look how little they are. They're just little baby mint flowers. You barely even see them. Like, here's mint from far away. You can't see any flowers on them. But like up close, this what they got. Little tiny flowers. And they're not white. They're like softly pinkish purple. Like just barely. Just like of pinkish purple. So pretty. Between my fence with our neighbor, there's a fern growing spontaneously, and I'm going to claim it. I think you should. It belongs to you. Isn't that a gorgeous picture? Oh, here's the money tree. Look at how healthy it's doing. Look how healthy it is. Look how well it's doing. My hosta, my Hoya is doing okay. It's a little bit angry about the amount of water and sun it's been getting. It gets a lot of water and a lot of sun. It's not going to die. It just, you can see it's got like a little bit of yellowing to it. It'll be fine. But that is from having a little bit too much sun and a little bit too much water. This is what the leaf should look like. And you can see these leaves have like some suspect looking. But you can see how big the leaf is. See the leaf size difference? The big new leaves are just a little bit, they're a little light green. And then the newest new leaves are like this brown color. Pretty. Happy birthday. Also, this is a satin velvet leaf, heartleaf philodendron, heartleaf satin heartleaf, something like that. It's some kind of philodendron, and my sister gave it to me and it didn't die, which is awesome. Also, still daisies coming up in my garden now. It's fine. Now, this amaranth is a weed. It's just coming up between two cracks. You can see the crack in the concrete that goes all the way down. This is just growing in the crack, and I'm just letting it because it's kind of cute. Look at it. She's cute. It's not her fault. She's just living there. Also, my aloe, spectacular. What a beast. Doing so well this summer, completely unbothered by its living conditions. You can see all the new growth, looking beautiful. Lots of new teeth coming out on her. Interesting weed. I agree. This is the damage from last winter. So last winter, this aloe got thrips. I did my best to treat it indoors because it was the middle of winter, and then it came outside in the summer and it healed as much as it could, but this is the damage that's left behind from the thrips. It looks like dirt, but it's actually a whole bunch of tiny little cuts. But you can see, even with all that damage back there, all the new, so this is the older growth. All the new growth is beautiful and blue and cloudy the way it's supposed to look. So this is just, you can see the damage areas and then the healthy areas. The damage, if the healthy areas get large enough, I will cut the damage off. If the healthy areas don't get large enough, I'll just leave them until next year. And then next year we'll transplant again. But there are 4 large plants in here, and I'm not ready to separate them yet. But eventually this large one, should probably come out and get its own pot. Also, are you ready for this? Louisa, come back. Look at this beautiful coffee plant. I am obsessed with this coffee plant. I don't know if I've made it pretty clear to you guys, but this is Louisa, the coffee plant. She's stunning. I tried to get angles to show you how happy and beautiful she is. So the stem of the coffee plant, I haven't tied the stem directly to one of the poles. Instead, I tied 2 of the poles together with the stem in between them. I tied 2 of the poles together with the stem in between, 2 of the poles with the stem in between. So the stem has constant support without having it actually being tied to any one structure. And I'm hoping that is keeping it stronger. But look at all the leaves coming out of this freaking plant. Loving on this plant so much. Look at it. It's like a tree. Look at her little stump. She's so cool. I'm very happy about Louisa, the coffee plant. She's doing so well. Look at all the leaves in there. Look at how big it is. It's in a large pot. Anyway, now moving along. Wow, so glossy, right? So happy living outside. This is my little white petunias. Now looking like it can give flowers and all. No, do you think? I would die. I wouldn't survive it. If it gave flowers, I think I would be too excited. This is echinacea. Gorgeous. These coleus this morning were just stunning. Can we talk about them for a second? Look at this one coleus. It's like 2 varieties together. It's got like some kind of sprinkle glitter action going on. The white looks like it's glitter. Like it looks like it's got little glow. It looks like a glow stick was splattered on it. And then the red parts, when it's white, they are bright red. When it's green, they're maroon. What? Look at that. Do you see this? Look at the weird vein, black, bloody vein There's another one right here. Just the vein is dark. And then the glittery white parts, the white and yellow. And then the fuchsia. Like, what in the world? And then look at this one. How are you even photosynthesizing? Stunning. And you could tell that it's got that velvety texture. Do you see how it's got like that shine to it? Amazing. Also, look at this. Do you know what you're looking at? This right here is all one tassel of an amaranth Love Lies Bleeding. Just one tassel. Do you see how long it is? It's like 5 feet long. Like it's trying not to conform like its neighbor. Literally. Look at how long this is. I was trying to show you how long it is. Also, look at the poison ivy growing back there. Just ignore the poison ivy. It's just so long. It's so big and long. The amaranth Love Lies Bleeding is wild. I couldn't seem to make it clear how crazy that thing is. Amaranth Love Lies Bleeding, but a bit bigger. Okay, and this is the common soapwort. I think she's beautiful. This is my favorite angle of my garden. It has so much color and so much texture. Look at the dark purple, bright yellow, white, pink, green, purple, fuchsia, dark purple, red. It's got it all. This angle has got it all. Candy Tuft looks adorable with Sweet Alyssum. I will definitely do that combination again next year. Candy Tuft, so cute. Right next to Sweet Alyssum. Adorable. Look at this Candy Tuft. Are you kidding me? Look at how cute it is. It's so pink. It's so little. It's so cute. Obsessed. Totally obsessed. Look at how cute it looks with the Sweet Alyssum. Stop it. It's beautiful. The Sweet Alyssum is also out of this world right now. I tried to get photos to explain it to you, how amazing the Sweet Alyssum looks. It's just like a clump of purpley flowers. There was nothing I could do to make it clear how beautiful it is. I tried taking different angles. Look at this section. Look at all of the glittery little flowers. Aren't they so pretty? I'm obsessed with it. Ugh, look at the Sweet Alyssum. Isn't it so nice? I press so much of this stuff. Like I do dried flowers with this Sweet Alyssum because it's so pretty, and then I have so much of it and I don't know what to do with it. But like it feels rude to just leave it behind. It deserves to survive forever as a pressed flower because it's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. I will go down on that hill. I will die on the hill of Sweet Alyssum being the best thing ever. Also, my oxalis is just banging. She's just doing so good. Look at her. This oxalis triangularis just making flowers, making leaves, doing the most. Look how many stems are inside this plant. And do you see how tall it is now? It's got like a good, 12 inches probably of height, which is fantastic. Over here, more gorgeous coleus. Like, what in the world is happening with this coleus? And also another beautiful oxalis. This coleus was just, I have to get cuttings and grow this indoors. I have to try. And this coleus also. I don't think I'll be able to grow this one. That's a lot of plants in one pot. That's the story of my life. I just put everything everywhere. This marigold has also been become for me a must grow. This will always now be in my garden forever. I love marigolds to begin with. I love the way they smell. I love the way they look. I love that they are edible. I love that they are something that goes all the way until frost. But this variety of marigold is so sweet and so little, and so many flowers on such a little space. Like, look how cute the individual flowers are, whatever. Look how little they are in comparison to my hand. Like my thumb, there's like 5 flowers that are the size of my thumb. Isn't that great? I love that. I just love that. Marigolds are the best. Also, a random larkspur showed up last week in my garden. I mean, it must have been growing for a while because it took time to get to the point where it's flowering. She is lovely. I think so. But now I have a random purple blooming larkspur. Just a random one. It's pretty. It looks like an orchid to me because mine doesn't have as many flowers as it should, nor is it as strong as it should because it grew in the shade in secret until now. But the individual flowers are lovely. She's just a little baby. Color is pretty too. Random black-eyed Susan in the back of this pot. Pink yarrow coming back around. Yarrow's been taking a break in my garden because I've harvested so many flowers from it, so I've been giving it a little break. Look at all of these coleus just in this one photo. A nice surprise from the garden. Yeah, a little gift. So there's this beautiful coleus, that beautiful coleus, this one back here. Obsessed. Making crochet eggs with a face and a magnet in the bottom so they can hang out. I'm going to make other little guys and call them Megs. Cute. Magnet eggs. Megs. That coleus in the back is so freaking bright. They're all so interesting looking. I tried to take lots of pictures of the coleus because I thought you would want to see them. Like, look at this. Do you see how much white is on that? Why? What are you doing? What happened? Why are you like that? I took a lot of photos of coleus this morning. Look at this. Are you kidding me? How is that possible? It's just so interesting. It's so interesting and so bright. And then this one, a completely different look. Look at, they have the same thing happening. Pink, maroon, green. But look, it's different. Pink, maroon, green. Different pink, different maroon, different green. Gorgeous. Amazing. This one is like my favorite this year, I think. This is the French Quarter. This is the one that we got the seeds from in Toronto. And it turned out so pretty. And I love it so much. I need coleus in my life. You do. And here is the reason why. Look at this one up here. Do you see with the white lines? What? Why? Who did that? Who made you this way? Why are you so beautiful? Look at how beautiful it is. Look at how much fun it adds to that little corner. And it doesn't even want to be in direct sunlight. It wants to be in somewhat shade. Look at this. Look at this coleus. Are you on drugs? Maybe. Based on the way this flower, it's not even, this isn't even the flower. This is the leaves. The flower is like tiny. It looks like a basil flower. It's so interesting. Pretty scabiosa. Scabiosa, not scabiosa. And then I put my little plant thing with a geranium in it, just to add some height. And then there's that coleus again. A gift for you. We are getting towards the end of the garden tour, so if you're bored, don't worry, it's almost over. We'll get into the crochet soon. This is the marigold bonanza. So we've got the tiny marigold, a regular size marigold, and then the giant Jolly Jester marigold. This kale that just snuck in, and it's pretty, so I'm letting it live here now. Beautiful. And then this random Swiss chard that also snuck in, so I'm letting him live here now. This nasturtium climbed up from the garden onto the stairs and has since started mounding, just sitting on the top of the stairs. So I let her live here, even though she's yellow and not variegated. She has no reason for me to let her stay, but I'm going to let her stay because she looks pretty next to the geranium. Look at how cute it looks. Isn't that a cute little... It's climbed up there. There's no pot underneath it. Also, the Cleome has gotten even bigger and is looking so cool. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. There's an overhead shot of that part of the garden. So you can see the one zinnia. There's two zinnias actually blooming right now, but you get to see the one. And then over here is the geraniums and the shade area that I already showed ya. There's my other zinnia that's blooming right now. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous and I love her. This is a snapdragon, a Chantilly snapdragon in a pale buttery yellow. And while I'm not a huge fan of pale buttery yellow, it looks cute. It's with light pink, so it kind of has like an Easter basket vibe. And you can see the plant that's behind there. That's the one I'm wondering, is it horseradish? Like, what is it doing here? I don't know this plant. Obviously, I put this plant here, or it's a weed, but I don't recognize it. The leaves, the big leaves at the back, I don't know what that plant is. What do you think that is? It very well could be a weed. Also, the amaranth velvet curtains or hoppy red dye, I don't know which one this is. So cute. Look at her cute little spikes. No mice have made it to this one yet. Hummingbird salvia is just about to open some new flowers today, which is awesome. Also, the bee balm has opened a couple of flowers. I'm not expecting a lot from the bee balm this year just because it's only its second year. And also, it overwintered hard. Like, it had a hard winter. But it actually, look, it's the same flower as the hummingbird salvia. Is bee balm a salvia? And that coleus looks so good with it. Look at that coleus. How is it like that? And so now this is the porch garden. And I think it looks good. All right, we are almost done. Here's the porch garden again. I was trying to get a full angle of it so you could see like what's growing. What's growing on here. Also, here is the lemon tree looking very healthy. And then some alyssum, a lupine, some onions, just a variety of things. Lemon tree looking good. Alyssum looking so good. White and pink, very pretty. This is the apricot status. Oh, that's the little, hold on. I'll show you the status in a second. Look at this. It's about to flower. Look at her. My little succulent baby is going to flower again. Look at her little flower heads. She's so cute. And she's got thick little pads. Look at them. They're like little paws with the little 5 fingers on them. They're like individual little paws. So cute. Okay, now I'll show you the status. The apricot status, it's blooming, which is great. And it's very cute, which is also great. I just wanted you to be able to see what it looks like up close. It's kind of papery. There's a random piece of a sweet pea that's attached to that stem. You can see the sweet pea died, but it was strangled along the stem. Very cute. Aren't they cute? Papery, lovely the color. Apricot-y. See? The little white flowers that open, but only in some of them. Okay, now this is the purple cleome. That's the pink cleome. Purple cleome, pink cleome. I have both now, which is great. There's the purple cleome. There's the pink cleome. And that's it. Okay, I made it. I made it to the end. We succeeded. The garden has been shown. Sorry, I put it in the wrong I put it in the wrong chat. But that happens sometimes, okay? Where did you put your thing, Louisa? Let's see. I had some plants with flowers in the balcony, but they all 3 decided they didn't like it there, and now they're not there. I put a few mother of thousands, and they are very tough. So, let me guess. They're amazing. Okay, let's see. What do we got? We got a cat on the roof with a cat behind it. There's a cat on the ground behind the cat on the roof. See? 2 cats. 1 cat, 2 cat. So cat number 1 is avoiding cat number 2. Ah, that's funny. Husband. That's funny. You're a funny person. Okay, anything in plants? Has anyone shared anything for me to show in plants? I must see your plants. Beautiful. What is that? Is that a calla lily? Canna lily? I don't remember the difference between those 2 things. Pretty sunflower. Love that. Gorgeous. All right. Also, I have some lovely things to show you that I picked this morning for Alex's bouquet of the day. One of which is, here we go. some Chantilly Snapdragons, some Picotee Cosmos, some Jolly Jester Marigolds, some Yellow Nasturtiums, some Apricotta Cosmos, some Flamingo Feather Celosia back there, a Lisianthus, look at her. Isn't she stunning? A little bit of pink yarrow. Oh, hello, my voice. What's going on there? Another Chantilly. Look at those gorgeous marigolds. What in the world? Aren't they so pretty? So that's Alex's bouquet for today. I just wanted you guys to see it before I give it to him. And that's a bouquet that I picked from my mom from the farm. Sorry, I need to stretch my back. Oh, let's all take a second and just stretch. Remember when we used to do that every hour? Excuse me. All right, now that this is diluted with honey, or not diluted, now that it's sweetened with honey, I'm going to add ice to it, and I'm going to pour some in a cup. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And just talk amongst yourselves and enjoy the music. Lovely. All right, I actually decided I have to pee. So you guys, I'll turn the music up for you and I'll be right back, okay? All right, here we go. They are sisters, the cats, and they didn't get along, but now whenever I see the one, the other is close by. The black one was the one that used to come and eat Kochi's food. We gave to her, but she has a food allergy and we're not feeding her anymore. But there's many, many neighbors that are still doing it. Oh, poor puppy. Kitty. Poor kitty. Okay, so next, I have exciting news. Or news? Is it news? It's not really news. I went thrifting on the weekend with my sister and my partner and my nephew, and I found a couple of really good finds. One of them is missing, so I don't know where it ended up. It may well be at my sister's house. It's this beautiful skirt. Oh, Peekaboo's here. I didn't even know Peekaboo's here with us. Look. Hi, Pika. There's Peekaboo. Hey, baby. Beelzebub. How are you doing? Okay, anyway, Peekaboo's here. That's nice. Toby's here and Peekaboo's here and both parrots. Okay, anyway, I went thrifting. Had a fun time, but I had a few really good finds. One of them was just dumb luck. Actually, they were all dumb luck. Thrifting is mostly dumb luck. But one of them was really exciting. I'm pretty sure these are egg cups. I'm using them as shot glasses. I mean, I probably won't be using them ever. We don't really do shots. But I wanted to have a set of shot glasses. We have one shot glass that is like a measuring cup. So it has like the teaspoon amount, the ounces, and the milliliters like on the shot glass. So I like that one for if I'm using measurements. But look at these shot glasses. So they're egg cups. I'm like 99% sure they're egg cups. They're egg shaped. But look, they're glass and they have chickens. Aren't they so cute? I was just gonna buy the one, and then my sister said, get both. Get both. And she was right. Look at how cute they are. You see all the little details? Come on. Guess how much they were. One for each hand. Honestly, they're probably just going to display something like a rock. But if we needed shot glasses for some reason, these would be the ones I would want to use. Like if we get married, this will be what we have at our wedding. They were 50 cents each. And it says on the bottom that they were made in France. This one is numbered 6 and this one is numbered 15. Let's see if I can find them on the internet, because you know what I love more than anything? Finding the things that I bought. I don't know what it is. It's so much fun for me. It's like I saved money. And I have like a mental illness where saving money makes me very excited. Didn't grow up poor. Went on vacations as a family. Had clothes. And yet still, the way my brain works is like, if these are worth $1,000, then I have $1,000. No, Laura, you paid 50 cents for them. That's what they were worth. Okay, let's see. Clear glass chicken egg cups, France. Gorgeous. Vintage. Ow. Why are your claws so sharp? You want to come sit with me, girl? Come here. Just jump up. You don't have to pull your foot. It's got a claw in my body. Thanks. Hi. How's my fat kitty? Hi, fat cat. I'm busy trying to find out how much my hen cups are worth. Hey, love the hair. Thank you so much. It's finally washing out to the color I like. Sorry, I need to move my mic out of the way so the cat doesn't try to take it with her face rubs. Sorry if you can hear her face rubs. Vintage pressed clear glass chicken cups. Okay, so first things first, they are not at all rare. Second things second, $25. I have very good instincts for things. I gotta tell you. Chicken cups? Yeah, bro. I got 2 of these very cute, I'm calling them shot glasses. They're not shot glasses. They're egg cups. And they have a chicken on them. And they're so freaking cute. Look at the little butt. Look at the details on the face. Hold on. Let me just get you over here. Look at these. Look at that. Look at how cute it is. Look at her freaking face. So cute. I think they're funnier if we call them shot glasses. Chicken shot glasses. That's what they are for me. I'm not putting a hard-boiled egg in there. What year is it? 1950? Okay, the other things I thrifted were these bowls, which was very exciting. I don't have any of the bowls. I have lots of the salad plates and lots of the the serving plates. I didn't realize this said something on it. Also France. This also says France on it. What does it say? What are those letters? Arcoroc. France. Anyway, I love these bowls, and I buy this pattern anytime I find it. I have lots of them being used as like underneath your plant catch trays, but I also just love them. My mom had them when I was growing up. She had the salad plates, and that's what we used as bowls, like for snacks. Aren't they pretty? It's a leaf. Is that the same brand then? That's the really interesting thing to me, because I see Arcococ or whatever. Let's see. Arcoroc glass. Those are so cool. I want to find some. Well, they were 50 cents each because I know what I like. I love glass dishes. Me too. Collections. We want glassware, dinnerware. Let's see what they've got for dinnerware. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. Show me more dinnerware. I guess it would be glassware, but I thought it would be like glass dinnerware, you know? So let's see what they've got for glassware. Hi, Peekaboo. Hi, baby. Brixton. Broadway. You could have all these fancy cups. Okay, let's see. Collections. Let's see what you've got. Collections. Bourbon Street, Brixton, Britannia. I designed the glassware that looks like a can. Pikachu, you're so sweet. Look how sweet my cat's being. She's so nice sometimes. Why are you so nice sometimes? What are you, just a baby? We love you. Okay. I just feel like Arcococ glass vintage. Okay, so $35. So these are from the same brand. I didn't even know that because I don't know. I don't care. I just liked what they looked like. Turns out I am a brand name girly who likes brand name glass. This is my brand name glassware. Arcoroc. My brand name chicken shaped shot glasses. How old is Arcoroc? 1958. Okay, first of all, chill. Glassware and crockery. What crockery is this? Please excuse me, Peekaboo. Don't freak out. I'm just plugging something in. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. My little fat Peekaboo. They are lead-free. That's great. I love that. Vintage leaf plate. I love them. I love these plates. I love them all. Aspen leaf. All right, so it's our Orokorok. Anyway, those are the cool things I got. I also got a couple other cool things, and I'm going to show them to you shortly as soon as my cat allows me to separate from her. I'm so sorry, Peekaboo. You're so cozy and you're so fat, but sweet. Don't meow at me like I did something wrong. I'm allowed to move around. This cat is huge. Look how fat she is. You don't need to try and escape. I'm gonna put you down. Don't you grrr at me. You're so dramatic. Okay, so the other thing I found at the thrift store, the other two things I found, for 3 things. I found 2 skirts, and they're beautiful. The first one is missing. The second one was crumpled in a pile, and so it's wrinkly, but it is perfect. The length is perfect. The color is perfect. It has pleats, which is perfect. And it was $2. Coretti. We'll look that up. Coretti blue skirt. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it might be a Coretti. Oh, okay. Coretti is a brand. Coretti brand long blue skirt. Let's see if I can find it. No, I cannot. Cool, I don't care that much. Anyway, the next one that I found is a flamingo. I tied up its legs because they were just dangling too much. This is a flamingo. It still has the tags on it. Not that it matters, but I love buying stuffed animals for my nieces and nephews. And my preference is for them to be realistic looking. I don't like buying them like Gucci Goo toys. I want them to be like an animal. So this is one for some child in my life. It is a flamingo. It's from the really, both legs were done with the toes. Weird. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's from the Wild Republic brand. It was $2 and it's like brand new. So now I have another stuffed animal to add to my collection of animals that could be Christmas gifts, excuse me, or could just end up being toys for me. Also, this was exciting. Also $2. I believe totally worth the $2. This was a TY Beanie Baby Year of the Dragon, Chinese dragon. If you'll recall, my friend and her partner have twins born in the year of the dragon, and this is actually from the year 2000. It's 25 years old, and it says on the inside, "You are eccentric and passionate, have good health but a complex life, marry a monkey or a rat late in life, avoid the dog." And it's people born in 1940, 1964, 1952, 1976, 1988, and 2000. And also 2025. But this was made in the year 2000, so it doesn't have anything beyond that. But isn't it cute? Look, it has little felt teeth. Anyway, it's getting added to the birthday bag for those babies because it's cute, and it's a dragon, and their whole thing is dragon. So their whole birthday party was dragon. So that was exciting. I also found a couple of cards, like greeting cards. Where were you? You were living here, I think. I found a couple of really pretty greeting cards, and my older sister collects. She doesn't collect them to have them. She collects them to use them, but she collects greeting cards. And then she always has cards available. So I got 2 cards, and I think I'm just going to gift them to her because they're like prints from an artist. So there's the first one. They were 50 cents each. I think it was worth it because they are like handmade artist prints. Here's the second one. Very pretty. So I got her those, and they will just be added. I have kind of like a collection that I've been growing over the year as for her Christmas gift. Because she doesn't watch the stream, I can tell you guys about it. So that's what I thrifted. That was the very exciting thrift finds. I think that's it. Stuffed animals, clothing, glassware. I think that's everything. Okay, I'm off to my driving lesson. Have a good day, guys. Have a good day, Melanie. Oops. Sorry, my stool is under my feet and I just smacked it. Have a good day and good luck at your driving lesson. I hope it goes very smoothly and you find driving so easy. That's what I hope for you. Sumac lemonade. Sour and sweet. Okay, so let's get back into crochet now. Now that it's 11 o'clock, now that we've done 2 hours of not crochet on this crochet live stream. Such is the way. Okay, so the sleeve is now done as far as width. We don't need to make it any wider. We just have to work on getting the length a little bit longer. So let me move all this out the way. Okay, well, first of all, vitamin D, stay over here. Mouse, stay over here. So now we're done with increases. We're just working half double crochets. And for the sweater, I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook, in case you didn't know. I just cross my legs. I have to move the seat down so that I can cross my legs. Ugh, or I can cross my legs like a normal person. Hold on. Ugh. This seat, this chair, this office chair is for sitting cross-legged. It's meant for it. All right, there we go. Success. Let's do that, and then we can do this. A little bit of that. There we go. Chain 1 and turn. Did I do any increases on this one? No. Okay, confirmed. We are gonna have to count out these rows at some point. So I'm just doing half double crochets now, and I'm just doing 1 half double crochet in each stitch across with the teal color until the sleeve measures how long I need it to for it to fit Alex's arm, which I don't think it should be too much longer. We should be pretty close. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the colors, but I'm sure I will like it once it's all put together. I think it'll be cute all put together. Don't you think? I think so. Since we're almost done the sleeve, I actually think we'll be getting started on the body piece today as well. Beelzebub, get away from my... Nope, that's not yours. Go away. Trouble. Coming over here trying to steal a Sour Patch Kid. So anyway, I had an awesome weekend. Sorry I wasn't here for the live stream on Monday. I don't know what it was, but it misplaced itself in my head. I just lost it that I was supposed to be staying at my parents' farm longer. Hold on a sec here. Not you. I wasn't saying that to you, Alex. Yeah, who do you think you are? Anyway, I forgot that I was going to be there until the end of the day on Monday. My brain just said, I only have to be, like, my parents are coming home Monday. So I only have to be there a little while. Like, my brain didn't math it out that I was going to have to be there on Monday. So, unfortunately, that's why Monday's live stream was canceled. But I did have a tutorial come out on Tuesday. I saw some of you have watched it. Thank you for those of you who have checked it out. If you have not yet had a chance to, It is for a headband. I made a headband that is very cute. It's kind of like a bandana with some scalloped edges and ruffles and stuff. It's very sweet. And it's easy to make. Only takes about an hour to make. And I put out that tutorial yesterday, so if you need a new bandana or headband for the summer, definitely check that out. And if you already watched it, thank you. If you already left a comment, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope more people have a chance to see it and enjoy it. And then today I have to figure out what to film, because I didn't film yesterday, so I don't have a video for next week yet. So I have to figure out what to film today. And I don't even know what that is going to be yet. I was looking at one of my videos yesterday that's almost at 1 million views. It's a baby booties video, and I was watching it, and it's not a bad video. Like, I did a pretty good job. It's obviously a pretty good video because it's got almost 1 million views, but it's not the best video. Like, the quality is not the best, the audio is not the best, the color correcting is not the best, the instructions are great, which is why people watch it. But it makes me look at it and think, should I re-record the same video? Is, like, what about that video made it a hit? Is it that it was good instructions? Because it was not the quality of the filming. And then if the quality of the filming was better, would it do well? Or would it not do well because I already have that on my channel, you know? So that's something I'm thinking about. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. The other thing I've been thinking about is that little Elizabeth could use some ruffled pink baby booties, I think. Don't you think? Release her. Don't you think? Oh my god, also, Alistair has now watched Hercules. Amazing. This child is now getting into all of the old Disney movies. I mean, all of them. He has now watched The Lion King. I don't think he's watched Mulan, but he knows the characters of Mulan, so maybe he has a Mulan book. But he's watched The Lion King, and now he's watched Hercules. This child is going to be cultured. We won't be letting this child down. We will be giving him all the culture he needs. Makes me very happy, though, because I love all the songs. And he doesn't know them yet, so when he understands that I know them, it, like, blows his mind. He's like, wait, it's not your first time hearing this song? And I'm like, no, bro. I've known this song for a long time. And he thinks it's crazy and awesome. And I agree with him. I think baby booties is probably a good idea. In pink. Anywho, now that it's 11 o'clock and we're already down to the final hour, anybody have anything exciting happen to them this weekend? Any good news? Any bad news? I don't think I have any bad news except for that this gorgeous cold sore showed up on my face on the day where I have to film. Love that for me. So that's bad news. Good news. Toby gets along so well with other dogs. My mom and dad's dog, Phil, is a large standard poodle, a large, lanky, dopey standard poodle, and he's a sweet dog, so, like, it's not hard to get along with him, but Thunder barked at him always. Like, Thunder didn't love other dogs. He eventually tolerated them, whereas Toby seems pretty indifferent to other dogs being around him, which makes me quite happy, because that means that Toby could survive in the future with a sibling. Not that we have any intention of adding a sibling for him. We have a full house of animals right now, I'm fully aware. We have 2 cats, 2 birds, and a dog. However, with Thunder, there was never an intention of bringing a sibling in because he didn't like other dogs. Whereas now that we know that Toby really he really tolerates other dogs well, so much so that he'll like sleep on the dog bed with Phil while Phil is sleeping on the dog bed. That's awesome. And he's done the same thing with Peekaboo on his big dog bed. This one behind me. Toby, where are you? Toby. Toby. Leave that cat alone. Good boy. Toby needs a bath today. He was at the farm all weekend too. There were no ticks, which was amazing. There were a few mosquitoes, not amazing. But Toby didn't end up with any ticks on him, which is great. But he was running around in the dirt and in the grass, rubbing his face in any dead worms or stinky things he could find. So he needs a bath today, which is super. Love that for both of us. We're both going to have so much fun with that. But he will be soft and shiny. And he totally, like I said, he totally tolerated Phil. I don't know if he wanted to be with Phil biblically, and he tried. And Phil was like, first of all, we're both boys. Second of all, you are 4.5 pounds. Oh, we weighed him. Candace, we weighed Toby. My mom had a scale that's like for bread. So it had a bucket, and I put Toby in the bucket, and he's 4.5 pounds. So not quite 5 pounds for this little dog. But anyway, he's 4.5 pounds, and yet he was able to cuddle up near Phil, who was probably like 50, 60, 70 pounds. I honestly have no idea. Not bad. I was close. Yeah, totally. So 4.5 pounds, I think, with Peekaboo being like 10. I don't know if Rohan's got to be 8 if Toby's 4.5. He's got to be at least 8. Alex picked up Rohan's meds yesterday, I think. So that's good. All done, all up to date. We booked our camping trip. Very exciting. I don't think there's any other news. Go away, Beelzebub. You've not been invited, ma'am. Get out of here. Okay. I think that's wide enough. Okay, what do you think? Here's the sleeve I'll show you. It's not yet long enough, but we're getting pretty close. I'll put my arm in it like it's a sleeve. Close. We're almost there. So this area, this length rather, needs to measure to the top of my shoulder. So you could do it from the top of your shoulder when the cuff is around your wrist, like, oops, like this, in which case I think I would be done, but I'm gonna keep going because it's for Alex and he's taller than me. But there we go. There's the sleeve. Isn't that cute? Cool. Glad you think so. Sumaki. There we go. So I think we're probably looking at like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more rows. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, probably 5 or 6 more rows. on top of the 6 that I have. We'll see what it looks like when I get to 10 rows of the blue teal color, and then we'll adjust from there. Very nice, thank you. Sumac lemonade is fun. Trying to think of what I have to organize my day like. I need to film. The most important thing today is I need to film. If I don't film, then today will have been a failure of a day. Also, should I bleach my roots? That's like another real problem I need to deal with. Are we gonna bleach them and go pink again? Or are we gonna just keep growing them out? It's summer. Should we bleach it? Probably. You were very close though, Candace, on Toby's weight. Didn't you say 4.5 pounds? I feel like you said 4.5, 5 pounds. I wonder how far we'll get today. I think we're gonna finish the sleeve anyway, which is good. That means I also need to film the sleeve. Trying to think, if I'm filming this video, right? If I'm filming this sweater, generally I put my sweaters as one video. Like, here is how to make a sweater, here's the sleeve, here's the body, here's everything. But I'm wondering how I would separate it if I wanted to make it multiple videos. So what I'm thinking is the sleeve is one video, the front and back are one video, assembly is one video, but could I also do a 4th video where it's all of those things put together? You know? Like make 3 separate videos and then a 4th video that's long because it's all of those videos put together. Would that be a lot of work? Yes, but it would be like a month of content. But then would I do it like the first week is the sleeve, the second week is the body, the third week is assembly, and the 4th week is all 4 together? Or would I do it the first week is all 4 together, the second week is the sleeve, third week is the body, and the 4th week is assembly? I don't know what would look better. What? How? I have you plugged in. How are you dying? You're plugged in. Aren't you? My darling? There. Now you're plugged in. Who do you think you are telling me the battery's dying? Anyway, that's something I'm thinking of. Any opinions? Also, if you have not yet clicked the thumbs up button and you're hanging out with us this morning, please click it. Helps the channel. And you know, you're already here hanging out, so you might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to do 10 and then see where we are for length. I hope this sweater comes out looking cute. I'm actually feeling like I don't even want to be crocheting right now, which is super cool. Love that for me. Makes me think though, I need to wind balls of yarn, which I can do. I need to design the sweater, count out the rows. I know I started the sleeve design. Yeah, I think I'm going to break it up into 4 videos. I think that's a better idea. 4 separate videos followed by, or 3 separate videos rather, followed by a 4th that is the total. That was Rohan jumping off the fridge onto the floor, which means Toby's about to wake up. This is going to be a nice sweater. All right, all right, all right. I don't know what else to say. I've told you everything that's happening. I'm honestly, in my head, I'm thinking about how I'm going to record later. I'm like trying to pick out what I'm going to do and when and how and what color yarn. There's row number 7. Okay. So now, because I'm not feeling like doing that at this moment, what do I feel like doing? I feel like that's already wound into a ball. That's already wound into a ball. I can't really wind that into a ball yet. I guess I could. You can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man, you know what I mean? Another book that Alistair is into now, The Gingerbread Man. Oh, and the 3 Little Pigs. Tell me the story of the 3 Little Pigs. Tell me the story of Simba. Tell me the story of I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Tell me the story of the farm and what we did today. Tell me the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. Tell me the story of the 3 Little Pigs. And he knows, he has like an idiopathic memory. Idiopathic? That's not right. Eidetic. Eidetic? He has I think it's eidetic. Anyway, he has a memory like you wouldn't believe. And when you're telling him the story, he will recite parts from the book of the story you're telling him. So he likes when you read stories to him, but he also likes when you tell the story, like without a book around, you just tell him the story. He likes that. This is my 2.5-year-old nephew, Alistair. Anyway, he'll say, tell me the story of whatever, whatever. And there's a part in the 3 Little Pigs with the wolf, where the wolf, his tail caught on fire and he ran so far away and was never seen again. And whenever you say part of that, Alistair will say, and he was never seen again. No, and he ran, never to be seen again. Except he's 2.5, so it's very funny when he says it. But he just remembers words from the book. like he knows the story, but he knows like paragraphs from it. So he'll say things like, he walks around and he goes, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be him alive or be him dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. This baby. He's just a baby. And it's very cute. And it makes me LOL. I'll grind his bones to make my bread. His R's are subjective. He decides when it's right to say R. So I'm trying to teach him how to say Laura right now because he says Wawa. And I said it's la 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 la, and he goes Warwa. Warwa. And I go, you're close. Try Laura. And he goes Warwa. So right now I'm Wawa and Warwa because he's still figuring out R and L. And it's very cute. Lorwa. But we're pretty close to him saying my name properly. And I don't know if I'm like actually ready for that because he's a baby. And I just want to enjoy him as a baby. But now Elizabeth is here, so he looks huge. Because Elizabeth is a baby. But he's actually still just a little tyke. I love him so much. He was mad at me because he's 2 and sometimes you're just blind with rage when you're 2. So he was mad at me for no reason. And then I was sitting next to him and he said, no, don't sit next to me. I'm not your favorite. And I went, no, you're my favorite. And he went, no, I'm your favorite, but I'm not your favorite all of the time. And I said, no, I think what you mean is that I'm not your favorite all the time because you're always my favorite. Sometimes when you don't want to be around me, though, then I'm not your favorite. And he was like, you're not my favorite right now. And I was like, okay, buddy. You're not my favorite. Auntie Warwa. So I'm like Daddy Warbucks because he calls me Auntie Warwa. So I say Warbucks. Sorry, I'm just unraveling a ball from a skein and rolling it into a nice tight ball of yarn. I prefer it in a ball versus like a center pull because I always end up with yarn barf if I do it as a center pull. I wonder if I could like have this upright on something in order to unwind it. Like maybe a knitting needle? Hold on a sec. I feel like I have... There. Like this. I have a good idea. I can stick the knitting needle inside, and then I can put this on the floor. I can hold the knitting needle. There. Here. See? Ball of yarn is now on a knitting needle, which will allow me to unwind it without it getting all wrapped up in a way that I don't want it to. Tonight we have to eat zucchini because we have 2 ripe zucchinis ready to go. And today I'm going to eat tomato sandwiches for lunch. I'm going to make us tomato sandwiches for lunch, which will be nice. We had tomato sandwiches last night as a late night snack. Or like an after dinner snack. We had dinner at like 5, and then at like 8 o'clock we had tomato sandwiches, which is delicious. If you've never had a fresh tomato sandwich, I used pesto that my sister had made, and I mixed the pesto with mayonnaise. So I gave like 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, added a teaspoon of pesto, mixed it all together, smeared it on some toast, put the slices of tomato down on the toast, and then cracked pepper and flaky salt go on top of that. And then I put the other piece of toast with mayonnaise on it, on top of the tomato. Bada bing, bada boom. I had Mater sandwiches, so good. BLT's. BLT's delicious, but so is a pesto tomato sandwich. PT. PMT. Pesto mayo tomato. Also for lunch yesterday, we had bruschetta. Do you know what bruschetta is? It's just a tomato sandwich in a different form. Instead of putting tomato slices, you chop up the tomatoes. Instead of putting the pesto on the in the mayo, I put the pesto with the tomatoes, and instead of having it all on the sandwich, I toasted the bread for us to scoop the bruschetta with. What happened to you? Look at yourself in the mirror right now. Your shirt has a rip, and your hair is falling out of the braid. You look like you just got in a fight. Ooh. Goofball. Why are you sliding away? Pretty sure that'll be good. Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you next time. Later, babies. Let's try again. Starting a new ball of yarn. Little Toby. I wonder where Peekaboo went. She's not in her bed anymore. I think I have enough green. I hope I have enough of this green, because I need quite a bit for the front and the back. And I don't believe I have any other balls of this. Maybe this was not a good choice. We'll see. Almost there though. Hopefully there's enough. I think I can buy this again, though. I think this is just like Michael's or Walmart's, like, basic yarn. Please don't yarn barf. Please don't yarn barf all the way. Oh, I also brought my neighbors a basket of produce from my parents' farm. I forgot to say that. They're from Nigeria, our neighbors upstairs, and this is their second summer here. Don't lose the sleeve for it. Yeah, true. Anyway, they're from Nigeria, and I know there are a few people who are new Canadians from Nigeria who come to my parents' farm to pick things. So I picked some things that I have seen those people pick, like some of the hot peppers that they were really excited about when they come to the farm. I brought them some of those types of things, just in case they don't have as much of it here as they did back home. So they seemed very excited. But I also brought them a whole bunch of tomatoes and some regular peppers. What else did I put in there? Zucchini and an eggplant. Just, you know, the things. And then I brought home for the birds a bunch of basil flower heads. Our house smelled delicious yesterday as the birds were tearing those flowers apart. You should go there, Candace. We could try and do it on a day where I can meet up with you and I can come too. But even if you're just going for pick your own or for a fun day, I do recommend you go there. It's pretty and it's fun to be there. Okay, we're almost at the end of this ball of yarn. Perfect. There. Wound up. Gorgeous. Mint is the color name. Good. And then I have this yellow that needs to be wound into a more manageable sized ball because it is a bit much. I'll put you here. There. That should be a good size. Holy crap, I looked away for 1 second, the yarn changed to yellow. Well, I have to wind a ball of the yellow also, because that giant ball of yarn is just too big to work with, and I don't want to be dealing with a ball of yarn so large. So instead I will shrink it down into a couple of more manageable sized balls of yarn. I hope I have enough of the orange as well. Creamsicle color. Oh, I have a whole other ball of it. I should be fine with that. Excuse me. I've never seen anyone faster at ball and yarn. I am a fast yarn baller, that's me. I ball yarn at the speed of light, Candace. Except when I get yarn barf. That slows me down. Yarn barf. Look at those happy birds. I'm gonna just try and make it comparable to the size of the other balls of yarn I have. This makes it more usable, more functional. If that were at my place, my boys would be going nuts chasing the yarn. Well, thank goodness for me that my cats are A, not in the room, and B, not interested. At least not at this moment. Okay, now I've got here multiple balls of yarn. There's my second yellow one. Whoops. Look at you with the fancy scissors. They're actually vegetable snips, like for cutting vegetables. I noticed the white ones in the video yesterday. Did you? Yeah, I tried to make it fancy. Oh, you know what else I did on the weekend that was really exciting? I'll turn the music down for this because you're going to want to hear it probably. I sharpened my knives. I took all my favorite knives to my sister's house because I forgot to borrow. She has a knife sharpener. I was going to borrow it. I didn't know she had one. I saw her husband sharpening their knives. And then I was like, you have a knife sharpener? Can I borrow it? And they said, yeah, for sure. Forgot it. But the following week, I remembered that I wanted to borrow it. So instead, I brought my sharpest, like my favorite knives, to my sister's house, and I sharpened all of them. And now they can all slice through a tomato without damaging it or bruising it or squishing it at all, which is like amazing. I love having sharp knives. And I had a knife sharpener and it got disappeared. I don't know what happened to it because where could it go? It only ever stays in one drawer in the kitchen. There's nowhere else that it should have ended up. It never leaves the kitchen, but it's gone. We don't have one anymore. So our knives had gotten dull and now they are all razor sharp again, which is awesome. Love a good sharp knife. Me too. Get out of here, Beelzebub. Go away. Ooh, the honey is like recoagulating. Which means how long till you cut yourself, knowing how klutzy you are. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a little while anyway. But now that they are so sharp, I have to get used to it because slicing through stuff used to be a different level of interaction than it is now. It feels like I don't have to do anything and it just slices, which is awesome. And so far I haven't cut myself with it, with any of them. I sharpened like 5 knives. Beelzebub, get away from those flowers. I will spray you, girl. She's thinking about eating that bouquet that's behind her. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You go play with your bird stuff. I think I can split this one more time. I might not have to though. It might be okay size-wise. Here's the final size. It's about the size of the ball. I'm excited. I'm going to have a tomato sandwich for lunch, I've decided. It's happening. I'll turn up the music again for you. I just had banana and strawberries. Yum! No! Might take a turkey wrap. Ooh, that sounds nice. My gosh, don't your fingers cramp? Yeah. Although my fingers aren't really stationary. I'm going like this as I roll. I'm just, you can't see it because of the speed, but I'm actually like walking with my fingers around. That's what keeps the ball rolling. So even though it looks like they're stationary, I'm actually going like this, which keeps them from cramping as often. But yeah, they do cramp. Last one. So this is how I start when I'm rolling a ball of yarn. This is how I start. I roll it around my 2 fingers and my thumb. Then I can pull my thumb out, which allows it to be loose enough to remove my fingers. Then I grab that group of loops and secure it closed until, wrapping it around until it gets thicker. And then I rotate it 90 degrees so that I'm crisscrossing. And I do that a few times, and then after it starts to feel secure, I just start my walking around in a circle with my fingers thing. And if I weren't to turn, do you see how it sort of turns into a center pull? But because I continuously rotate, it keeps that from just being a center pull. I know. Very interesting, isn't it? I love balling yarn. Same. It's funny because when I'm doing it, I'm like, ugh, but I actually do like doing it. Ugh, another break. I like to keep these as separate balls so that I know if I'm coming to an end of a row and there's not much left, I'll just cut the yarn there and start a new ball for the next row so that it doesn't, so I don't have to have a knot in the middle of a row. Because that is very frustrating. Anyone think Mother Nature is pissed at humanity lately? This world is experiencing some wild crap. Yeah, the air quality is not great. The weather has been crazy. Yeah, if Mother Nature is vengeful, then we will start to see her vengeance for sure. Because the world is definitely going through some, oh my god, some kind of craziness, isn't it? I hate when the weather is not nice to go outside. Like, it looks so nice outside, and then the weather, it says on the weather app, like, the air quality is, like, toxic to vulnerable groups. At least where I live. Fires, volcanoes, mudslides, earthquakes, heat waves, toxic air. Is there a fire in Ontario right now? Because our skies are so hazy. Or is it a fire from somewhere else blowing the air in? It looks like it's a cloudy day, but really it's just hazy. I'm so close to being done this ball of yarn. I think there are fires. Great, we have a new dishwasher. It was installed just a few minutes ago. Oh, lucky you, I love that. Like in 30 minutes. Oh, that's great. Well done to the installation guy, and also that's awesome to have a dishwasher again. I am living without a dishwasher currently, and Alex and I are the dishwashers. Really, it's more Alex than me, but like, I live here too, so sometimes I wash dishes. I cook all the meals, okay? He washes the dishes. Except sometimes. I've never owned one. Air quality from Canadian wildfire is so bad here. Okay, it's a Canadian wildfire? Great. You've never owned one? Candace, don't bother owning one then, because if you ever get a dishwasher, you'll feel like you're suffering forever. If you never, like before I had a dishwasher, I was like, oh well. And then we had a dishwasher at one of our apartments, and then we were like, oh my god, we need those. And then for the next couple of apartments, we had dishwashers, and then we moved into this one with no dishwasher. And oh my God, does it ever suck? Once you're used to having one, it sucks to not have one. Before you have one, it doesn't suck, but after you've had one, it sucks. Okay, here we go. I've got my yarn all balled up for the sweater project. There. Let me just show you what we have. We've got a whole bunch of the yellow, because the main color of the sweater is yellow. We've got the coral color, which I have a whole other skein of over here. I feel like I'm going crazy a little bit because I think I have more of this, but I don't see it anywhere, and I don't have my yarn hidden. My yarn is all visually available to me, so I don't know why I'm not seeing it. I don't know where it could be. I don't know what I used it for, but I have this, hopefully enough. I know I have enough of this, and I'm pretty sure I have enough of the yellow. I don't know why I'm saying pretty sure. I'm sure there's enough yellow. The whole reason for this sweater project is to use up that yellow. The real question though is, where did that teal color go? Is there any more of it around here? That might be an issue, but we'll deal with that when we come to it, okay? We'll deal with that when we come to it. Now let's get back into our crochet. Where did this plant matter come from? Okay. You're so good. Hi. Good morning. You're so cute. 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 That's Gary right now. Love to catch him one day talking, see him do it. Oh. Let's see. Nope, they're out of frame right now. You're so cute. Good bird. Can I have a kiss? Thank you, baby. I guess they don't want to play that game. Oh well. Sometimes they're willing to play, sometimes they're not. That's scary. Anyone else think this week is dragging on? The answer to that question is yes, and simultaneously the answer for me is no, because I have not filmed yet this week, so it feels like I'm missing out, like the week is already over and I haven't even done it. But at the same time, it feels long because I had so much happening this week, starting on Saturday. It was like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I have to film today. 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 I will not skip it. I will film, even if my fingers are so ugly. I'm feeling self-conscious about how yucky my hands look because they've been healing from wearing false nails for months. So since I've been wearing false nails all the time, you can see they're like super beat up. Bummer. And they look so yucky on camera, even if I moisturize them. And I feel self-conscious about it. And I was going to put on false nails today for filming. I was going to put them on yesterday, and I was so averse to putting them on that I just didn't film. But I don't want to put them on because my nails are unhealthy and they need a break. But if I don't put on false nails, then my hands look gross for the video. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I can find some like clear nail polish or something that'll at least help a little bit, you know? Let's see how many rows. Is there another craft to do a video of? Not one that doesn't involve my hands close up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Almost done. Plus, I kind of have to do a crochet tutorial. I did the garden tour, and the garden tour ruined my algorithm. Just like Alex said it would, but we're not going to say that Alex was right. But it did. The plant tutorial, or not plant tutorial, the plant garden tour kind of ruined my tutorial algorithm, so I have to stick to crochet, unfortunately. It would be fun to do some like flower arranging or pressed flowers or flower hammering or natural dye, but at this moment it's more important for me to do crochet videos. One more row after this one and then I'll be done the sleeve and done the stream for today. It's still going to take me a few minutes to cross this and then go back. Pressed flower art, like Christmas ornaments with them in it. Exactly. But unfortunately, those are not crochet, and therefore, we won't be doing that. We can do that in live streams, but we can't do it in tutorials because tutorials have to be crochet. Almost there. One more row. And then I think the sleeve should be long enough. Hey Alex.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Why is this like dying?
I don't know.
Is there a battery in it?
I don't know. I think
There's two batteries in it.
he's talking about our thermostat. Candace said soup time.
Almost.
A fall coat for Toby? Oh, true. Toby does need a dog coat. And he's skinnier than Thunder. That's actually a great idea, Candace. A dog coat is a great idea. Okay, one more row. What are you humming about? What? Halloween hat for the cat, fall coat for Toby. I think a fall coat for Toby is what I'm going to do, actually. I think I can get that done in an afternoon. I hope. I think I can figure it out. I think I'll have to give Toby his bath first, because that'll be his on-screen debut. We can't be having this dog go on screen looking like a bum. You know? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll make lunch. I'll eat lunch. I'll wash the dog. While the dog dries, I'll film a tutorial. No problem. Hope he feels like modeling. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and the Peach Festivals are coming up this weekend. Oh, fun. We have one in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Niagara-on-the-Lake's air this morning was super bad. Isn't that crazy? The yellow is very pizza yellow, since you told us that was its purpose. I know it's very pizza yellow. It's very mozzarella cheese on pizza. But once we add enough things, we will make it not cheesy. Peach Festival, that's a good idea. Maybe Alex and I will do that on the weekend. Can't unsee it, I know, right? Sounds yummy. It is yummy. They have classic cars that you could look at. They've got face paint. They've got vendors selling handmade stuff. They've got all kinds of peach flavored things. Peach ice cream, peach beaver tails, peach jam, peaches, just buying peaches. There we go. Made it to the end of our row. Looks great. Maybe I'll do a couple chains. Hey there, Michelle. Showing up last minute, but happy to have you anyway. Let me show you how this sleeve is looking. Here's the sleeve now. My mozzarella cheese sleeve. Let me put my hand in. I think we have the length we need, because that'll be there. This will go all the way up to the top of the shoulder. Ta-da! There. Oh, actually, that's pretty cute. Cozy looking. Don't you think? Good. I'm glad you think so. Because that is now finished. We can cut our sleeve yarn here. Just a tad. Yeah, just a little bit of a sleep in. That's okay, though. Here is the first piece of the men's extra large sweater. We finished it. Let me get this like this for a thumbnail. Let's try and have a thumbnail here. Does it look good? Does that look like a sleeve? Can you tell? This is me trying to find a thumbnail for this video here. Ready? There. Is that good? Hold on. There. Cheese for the picture. Right. There, we did it. Complete. And now I can finish. So I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoyed hanging out today. I did. Thank you for helping me get stuff done. And I hope you enjoyed looking at the garden and the farm garden. If you did, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. And if you didn't, you should still click the thumbs up button because I stay here for 3 hours, 3 times a week, which is worthy of a click, I think. 1 thumbs up click, please. Down at the bottom over here. Click that thumbs up. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Stay hydrated. I'm going to have some of my sumac lemonade. It just tastes like sour and sweet, which I guess is what lemonade tastes like. Okay, love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. See you on Friday. Bye.